Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome back once again to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing. And we are back here tonight with the Platinum class in Season 14. And it's going to be Round 5 here tonight. Welcome to the British Grand Prix. Welcome to the Silverstone Circuit in Towcester, UK. I think that's how it was supposed to be said. But very weird spelling of that city name. I can't really pronounce it correctly, but welcome to the UK, to Britain, to England, and we are racing here tonight for round 5 of season 14 with the Platinum class. It's surely gonna be one hell of a race. This circuit is a historic one for sure. It pretty much hosted the very first official Grand Prix in Formula 1 history, and it's 5.8 kilometers, about 3.6 miles, 18 turns, and we're going to be doing 50% race here for 26 laps. But before that, we have a short qualifying session, and it's looking already pretty tight on the board there. Myself is in the booth. It's Balloon Machine with you guys tonight, and helping me out tonight is D'Angelo, our golden driver. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. I'm glad to be here for my first Platinum commentary of the season, and yeah, Silverstone, a very historic track, and it's a really fun lap around here, I feel like.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, I think, for these Platinum class drivers. It's a satisfying track when you really put it together, when your car is behaving, but it's also quite dangerous. A couple of corners to really point out. Obviously, you know, everybody knows cops, maggots, Beckett's, those kind of sections, as we actually see right now. Just Jose making his way into maggots and Beckett's. And then you're coming out onto Chapel, and then there's also a very quick corner at the end of Chapel, which is turn 15, which is Stowe. So a lot of these corners can throw you out. A lot of them can catch you sleeping and napping. Let's see what the drivers here are going to be able to put out with. D'Angelo, what do you think are some of the biggest challenges and some of the keys to success around Silverstone?
I think it's the application of the throttle. I mean, some of the corners, they are high speed, but if you put too much throttle on the car, it will just... the rear will give out to you, especially once you have full load on the car of fuel, as it happened to me twice in the Golden Class race yesterday. So I feel like definitely in the race, and maybe even in some corners in qualifying, definitely the application of the throttle will definitely catch some drivers out.
Alright, so everybody's gonna have to feather it and be really nice on the throttle pedal. I definitely agree with that statement. I think, especially in the Platinum class with no assists enabled, only the racing line, it's all going to be about trying to get the traction down onto the road and not just making you spin around, as Just Jose enters Cobbs now and makes his way pretty cleanly through there. Let's go on board now as he gets into turn 10, 11, 12, and then 13 on the exit. When you connect these corners together, it's just the best feeling ever. If you can get out onto the hanger straight at the end with a little bit of extra power behind you. And Just Jose now making his way through Stowe, and now coming into Vale and Club, which are turns 16, 17, and 18. And he's going to round up this lap. No time on the board just yet, but makes his way into P4 with a pretty decent 127.475. Just to give you some context right now, the two Mercedes of 007 Professional and Ecos Verstappen, they are on first and second provisional positions with a 127.328 and a 127.392, followed by Pratis with a 127.465, and then Just Jose put in that 127.475. We also have TJ in fifth with a 127.5 sitting in the pits. So everybody in the top 10 or so are super, super close to each other, just as they are in the championship points right now. I mean, last week was kind of a testament to that. We pretty much got the race decided on the last couple of laps. But right now it's B-Tom with 74 points leading the championship, 007 Professional with 66. chasing him down in second place. Seafreeze in third with 52. And then we have Ecos Verstappen in fourth place with 40 points. Very, very tight in the championship. And then Mercedes leading with 106 in the constructors, 96 points for Red Bull, and 62 for Ferrari in the top three there in the constructors. What do you think about that, D'Angelo?
Yeah, the championships through four rounds are very close right now, and TCR, every race counts. So all these drivers are going to be vying for that top spot of 25 points. So 25 points goes a long way in this league, especially in the Platinum class. As you see Tom taking provisional pole, 8 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, speaking again to our point of very close margins here tonight in Britain in the Platinum class. If you guys are watching, massive thank you and big shout out to everybody who's already tuned in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Please subscribe. We are only 2 subscribers away from 500. That is an incredible number, and if you guys can help us hit that number, we would just be endlessly grateful to you guys. So thank you for all your support already, but make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Send in some comments in the chat. Let us know if there's anyone in particular you think is going to be in the top here tonight, if you have any predictions, all of that kind of stuff. Let us know. But yeah, D'Angelo, what do you think about qualifying so far? Well, actually, I just asked you that, but you had to qualify in the wet here yesterday, did you not?
Yeah, I did. It was very, very difficult because I didn't have a wet setup for this track. I probably should have made one, but even a wet setup probably wouldn't have been the best decision because of Parc Fermé. But for some reason, Parc Fermé was broken yesterday, so it wouldn't have affected me really in hindsight. But yeah, wet qualifying around here is very difficult because you don't really have a lot of traction coming out of the corners, and you have to take the corners very, very slowly. So really, it's all about, again, especially in the wet, it's all about that throttle application. So
yeah, I guess that's one thing we're going to be watching for very closely. I see a bunch of people watching, but no comments. Who's going to be the first one to throw in a comment into the live chat? I would be very interested to see. We will make sure to read all of them as much as possible. Let us know if you have any questions or if there's any predictions like I mentioned. But right now, 5.5 minutes to go or so, or just under 6 minutes to go in qualifying. Seafreeze has jumped himself onto provisional pole position with a 127.101, getting close to those 126s if that's possible. Then we have Ecos Verstappen with a 127.2. So everyone across the board has improved on their second run. B-Tom jumping into third place with a 2.320. And then we have 007 Professional with a .328. Wow, incredible. Let's see here. We're on board with Budweiser 420. I'm pretty sure this is only his second race in the league. Let's see what Budweiser can do here tonight. He's going to start his lap now. We're going to go on board for a full lap. Into Abbey we go, which is turn 1. And then straight into Farm, turn 2. And then straight into the arena section of turn 3, 4, and 5. It's very crucial, and there's a lot of different lines you can take through these turns 3 and 4 to get a good run onto the Brooklyn Straight, which leads you into turn 6 of Brooklyn. Let's see how he makes his way around there pretty cleanly, and then into Luffield. All of the corner names around here are very historic and very interesting as he makes his way through Woodcott, which is turn 8, and now into the famous Cops, turn 9, dropping a gear into 7th gear he goes, and manages to keep the car on track as he makes his way into now Maggots. And then on the exit is turn 13, Beckett's. And then the Chapel Straight with the DRS open all the way down to the Hanger Straight and down into Stowe. And let's see what sort of a time he's going to post up here. Budweiser into Stowe And coming now into the last couple of corners, into Vale and Club. Coming across the line as a Aston Martin spins in front of him, but he posts up a time of 127.739, which is good enough for P11 at the moment, with 3.5 minutes to go in qualifying.
Yeah, you can really see the field spread in qualifying between the top the top 13. It's within a second of each other, which is really insane. So really, it could be anyone's pole positions of the guys still in the pits starting to come out for hot laps.
We have our first prediction coming in the live chat, and it's from Camden Lucas saying that Mr. Seafreeze is going to take the W here tonight. Tom Barsick then follows very closely, saying it's going to be Seafreeze, Professional, and B-Tom on the podium. That is a pretty good prediction. I'd say, you know, any day of the week, you could pretty much put your money on those three guys, and probably one of them is going to hit. Let's see if that's also going to be the case here tonight, as we're now on board with TJ, who is about to finish a lap, I think, or is he about to start one? He's actually
started.
Yeah, I think he's starting a lap now. Let's jump aboard. Most of the people are still in the pits, most of the top 7. Only 2 minutes to go. They should be probably getting out on track as soon as they can. As TJ rounds off Arena and on to Brooklands he goes. What sort of a time is he going to have in Sector 1? It's not purple, but it's a 10th quicker than his current time. That would put him already in about P6. Let's see if he can keep that momentum coming. And TJ now into Meggetts and Beckett's. There's a yellow flag on the start finish straight. Not sure if that was for an incident, maybe a spin. We have seen a couple of people spinning on the exit of the last corner there before. As TJ comes into the last couple of corners, most of the guys in the top 7 are now on their outlaps. There's a really big queue of cars in Sector 2, and they're going to have to try and get some space, and if anyone of them gets a bad sector, somebody else might get hurt as TJ crosses the line, and he's going to be good enough for P7 with a 127.4. He's not going to have any more time to go again, and not enough battery. So I think that's pretty much it for him. Verstappen has invalidated his, is that his outlap? I think it might have just been his outlap. I think the graphic is tripping a little bit, and the outlap is disappearing before they actually cross the line. So that's kind of weird.
It's Codemasters. What are you going to do about glitchiness?
Absolutely. We're on board with Ecos Verstappen as he is making his way into Brooklands now. He is the winner of last week's race in Azerbaijan, in Baku, and he was only about 18 thousandths of a second quicker through Sector 1 on his fastest time. That would not be enough at this point to beat Seafreeze, but he's making his way into Cops now. And very cleanly through there, did not invalidate. We do have the strict track limits here tonight, and it's extremely easy to invalidate and get penalties. There is a yellow flag now in Sector 2, I think, and Aston Martin has had some trouble. Captain Blade has rejoined, and that's a purple Sector 2 from Verstappen, and he's put in a time that is 2.5 tenths quicker than his previous quickest time right now. So Seafreeze better be on it, because it looks like Verstappen is about to retake the provisional pole position here in the dying moments of qualifying ahead of round 5. Wow. And there he goes, 127.0.
Freeze just set a purple second sector as well, with a 10th up on his previous time, so it's all going to be about what he can do in these final 3 corners.
Let's see what he's going to be able to do. He's going to be crossing the line in a second. B-Tom goes on to P2 and C3's in the dying moments retakes pole position with a 127.007. And everybody else has pretty much crossed the line already except for Stanley, who's down in P15. Is that going to be a Ferrari on pole position with a Mercedes in second and a Red Bull in P3? That is very reminiscent of real-life Formula One a few years back.
Yeah, that's a very quick lap from Freeze there, but again, the top four kind of pushing away from the pack. There's like 2/10 between professional and just Jose, so this is his fourth and fifth, so the top four might just run away here, but then again, it's all about what the race pace looks like.
Well, there's the starting grid then. Seafreeze, Verstappen, and B-Tom in the top three there. 007 Professional and the other Mercedes on P4. So we have Mercedes in P2 and P4. Just Jose 5th, Dreamsy 6th, Apprentice 7th, TJ 8th, Toaster 9th, and Chargers in 10th. We have Budweiser in 11th, Bats Plus in 12th, Cam in 13th, Captain Blade in 14th, Stanley in 15th, Main Wayne in 16th, FND Cakes in 17th place, and at the last and 18th place is McChicken without a time set in qualifying. Well, so that was pretty interesting there. We definitely saw some exciting stuff.
Yeah, very close qualifying. I hope this translates to the race. So very excited.
Alright, we're just getting loaded up here. Still no formation lap, so we are pretty much just gonna get started right away. But the drivers do have a chance to choose their strategies and make very, very minor last-second changes. Somebody's saying they keep on getting disconnected. I'm not sure who Bryant P is. But yeah, unfortunately, Codemasters has released a new patch today. They said they fixed a bunch of bugs, but it seems like new ones have possibly come around. We'll have to wait and see. All right, strategy. D'Angelo, what do you think around here? I mean, us in Silver Class, we were pretty lucky. We didn't have any major incidents, so pretty sure we just ran a one-stop from the mediums to the hards. If everything goes through well, I think that's probably going to be the chosen strategy, but do you think anyone else might go for anything different?
The only other one I could see would be hards to mediums, but I agree with you. I'm pretty sure the mediums to hard is the best strategy because of the overcut. Honestly, the overcut's pretty strong around here because of the long pit lane. So if you go into early, people can start to build a gap on your on you when you pit. So I was able to do an overcut a little bit on Lion last night, but I had to warm up my tires, so he ended up getting around me, but I did come out ahead. So overcut could be strong here tonight, but we'll just have to wait and see.
The 5 lights are on, and we go racing in Britain for round 5 of the Platinum class, and into turn 1 we go, and there's already a battle there between a couple of drivers. It's B-Tom 007 Professional and now Apprentice coming side by side with a Mercedes. Oh, at the back there's some incidents. There's some incidents at the back. It's a big one. There's a bit of a pileup. Both of the Alpines have been involved in that. There's somebody out. It's a Haas of Cam who's out, and a lot of cars have damage. And safety car, is that a VSC possibly?
It is a VSC. There is no yellow safety car dot.
And the predicted pit strategy is saying pretty much exactly the same thing that we were talking about, except that it's also suggesting a soft to a medium to a hard at the end. I really don't think that's going to be a good strategy for most of our drivers, but at the front, it is still Seafreeze leading the race. Let's take a look at position changes off the start there. So Apparatus, Bats Plus, and Dreamzy come out as the bigger losers, unfortunately, and then Beatom and Verstappen, or Beatom has gained a position on Verstappen right at the start, and we go back to green flag racing.
Yeah, also for the top 6 or top 7 took the hard tires to start the race, so they will have the faster tires at the end, but will they be able to hold that lead? Oh, Beatom gets a little squirrely.
Oh, yeah, he manages to catch it there. Yellow flag in sector 3. I think there might have been an incident on the into the pits between both of the Alpines and possibly Stanley there. We didn't catch it on camera, but we'll maybe catch it after the race here. Seafreeze, Beatom, Verstappen, Just Jose, 007 Professional, and TJ in the top 6 in that order, and all within about half a second of each other.
Yeah, very close between the top 6 right now. DRS will get enabled next lap. Freeze looking like he's pretty strong on the hard tires right now, but Beatom getting not really. Beatom really didn't get a good exit compared to Freeze out of whatever corner that is. I don't have the thing pulled up.
Alright, we're still following each other pretty closely here. FND Cakes goes into the pits again, or is he just still coming out of the pits? I think he might be still coming out of the pits right now. TJ is right on the rear wing of 007 Professional. And no DRS just yet, but we will have it enabled on this next lap. The main win already gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That's how easy it is around here to get a penalty, and it looks like a Haas had an incident there through Megas and Beckett briefly, but is still on the track. Beatom with the fastest lap at the moment, beat by TJ. So a lot of interesting tire strategies here. Seafreeze on hards, Beatom on medium, Verstappen on hard, Just Jose on medium, 007 Professional on hard, TJ on medium, and Toaster on hard. So they're pretty much interchanging every driver. That is very, very cool. And now we do have DRS, and TJ trying to catch up here. Beatom also putting some pressure on Seafreeze, but not quite close enough.
Yeah, I think Beatom's just abiding his time right now because he does know he has the faster tire at this stage in the race. So he's just going to wait for the perfect opportunity to deploy the battery, probably down the hanger straight if I had to guess.
GTR Lion, one of our own drivers here, saying good evening to the booth legends. Good luck to all the drivers tonight. Thank you so much, and I'm sure the drivers appreciate that good word as well. We'll wish them a good luck for the rest of the race, but we're only on lap 3 of 26, so we still got a long way to go here. Beatom now catching up with the DRS into Stowe. Again, not quite close enough just yet.
Yep, as we were looking at those two, Budweiser got around HVAC heading into Stowe. Good move from the Williams.
Another yellow flag at the, I think that was the last corner there, and that was Toaster. And he gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. I'm not sure exactly how he did that.
I wonder if he just went really wide and took a while to come back on the track. This game is very touchy-feely about that kind of stuff.
And he loses another position there to Dreamzy. He can't really get the power down on the tires, having a lot of trouble with that. As we switch back to the front here. And the top 6 still within DRS of each other.
Yeah, we're looking at a train behind Freeze right now. Beatom, though, ever so closer. I think Beatom gets the move done heading into Stowe on this lap. He's got to get a good exit.
Alright, Beaton with the DRS now. Into Stowe. He's going to go for the right-hand side for the inside of the corner. And he's going to get that position. But now it's Seafreeze who's going to have the DRS advantage on the next lap.
Yeah, and behind Freeze and Freeze is down to 43%. So Beatom doing a lot of good job ERS management here, because Freeze is down to 40, Verstappen's down to about 50, Jose behind Verstappen about 75. So really good ERS management to hold off and use it on the hanger straight for Beatom.
Yeah, it's quite a nice little snake happening here, and you can see them as they're coming out onto the Brooklyn Straight here. Really nice little DRS train. FND Cakes has left the session. He is a DNF. I think he might have retired in the pits because we didn't really see him retire anywhere else, which is kind of good for the race. It doesn't get interrupted, and these guys can keep on going. TJ now catching up to 007 Professional. Oh, and Professional really wide through Cobbs, and he had to go outside there. He must have gained a warning for that one. And is this going to be the chance for TJ to pounce now? He's going to have the DRS, but so does 007 Professional. He's using his battery now. He's going to go for the right-hand side. It worked for B-Tom. And it works for TJ.
Professional's gonna have to run though on that outside line.
Oh, it doesn't work for TJ. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, that outside line in Stowe is a lot stronger than you think, because you can get on the power a lot sooner.
So they swoop back around and look at the front there. Beatom, after getting in front of Seafreeze, 1.1 seconds in front already.
Yeah, the mediums are in their sweet spot right now. Only a few more laps of the medium sweet spot, as near around lap 11 or 12. That's when the medium runners should come into the pits, and then lap 14 or 15 is when the hards will come into the pits. So B-Tom's got to be careful not to burn his tires out too much, but Seafreeze might be, and along with Verstappen, might be kind of saving tires right now.
We have more comments coming in. Davide Morinelli is in here. Hello, hello. Welcome. Very nice to see you. Reflector01 saying hello all. Welcome. Good night. Good evening. And yeah, very nice to see more of our fans and more of our supporters in the chat here tonight. Send in some more comments. Leave a like. And please subscribe to the channel. As of the start of this video, we're only 2 subscribers away from a sweet round number of 500, so please help us get to that number here tonight. That would be an incredible feat, and we would be endlessly grateful. And now it looks like Seafreeze is falling behind a little bit behind B-Tom, and he's getting pressured by Verstappen, Just Jose, and 007 Professional kind of in the play here as well.
Yeah, the big thing with the top 3 right now, they have little to no ERS. Just Jose has over 50. So, Just Jose kind of has an advantage right now. He is on the gearbox of Verstappen. So, he's not. I don't think he'll use any ERS. He's just going to kind of abide his time. He's using a little bit out of the corner.
Yeah, and in front of him, Verstappen is really filling up the mirrors of the Ferrari of Seafreeze. He's trying everything he can to try and unnerve him, make him make a mistake, or just make him go wide somewhere where he can really pounce on that. Look at that, he's moving over from the racing line. He's filling up his his rearview mirrors. He's doing everything he can. And now into Maggots and Beckett's we go. So close into there. I mean, following a car through those kind of corners is very, very twitchy. And speaking of twitchy, Verstappen gets a little twitchy, and he's going to lose a couple of positions there to both he's going to lose one position to Just Jose instead of gaining a position on Seafreeze.
Yeah, Just Jose has the pace advantage on Verstappen and Seafreeze right now, mainly because of the battery. Also, he looks like his mediums are in pretty good shape as we approach lap 8 now. Just Jose keeping his medium tires in check.
All right, lap 8 of 26. Still a long way to go. Been relatively clean so far. We did have a VSC on our first lap, but overall, we're still on the green flag racing. We have lost a couple of cars of FND Cakes and Cam, and looks like they're already. Is that a lapped car of an Alfa Tour? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a blue flag car.
Wow, on lap 8, and who is that? Which is that? Apprentice. Okay, wow. That didn't take long, but I'm guessing he must have had some sort of an incident, which is why he's right at the back there. TJ really catching up to 007 Professional, but he's pretty much been in the same place for a few laps now. He's gonna have to make a move somewhere. He's gonna have to risk it a little bit. Risk it for the biscuit. Just Jose catching up rapidly on Seafreeze. Is he gonna go for it? Oh, he's thinking about it. Seafreeze left him the space. Just Jose didn't go for it.
He's gonna have a great run though, because Seafreeze did leave him the space, making him slow down.
And McChicken joins the penalty club there. Gets himself gets himself a 3-second. Verstappen now very, very close on Seafreeze, who's down to P3. Seafreeze losing time on his hard tires. Has it been pushing them a little bit too much?
Losing a lot of time to the two Mercedes behind. I think Verstappen's going to go down the inside here. Going to have a look anyway. Seafreeze gives him the space. Verstappen's going to have a great run though. Freeze cuts it off.
Pretty nice defending, very clean there. Left each other some space, and yeah, that was very good to watch. But Verstappen is not letting off. He's going to be right on that rear wing once again, right behind that Ferrari. He can read the serial number off of that rear diffuser, I'm sure.
Yeah, Freeze is going to be struggling down the straightaway here.
Oh, we have a yellow. We have a yellow all around briefly. Oh, and there he goes. He's going to go for it into Stowe with the DRS. Verstappen up into P3.
Freeze going to dive. Nope, he's going to hang back. Now this allows Professional to get back up into the mix in this battle as well. Because I wonder if Verstappen, he might either push or just kind of hang Seafreeze out to dry for his teammate here.
Yeah, anything can still happen. Still got 16 laps to go in tonight's race in round 5 of season 14 in the Platinum class of Trinity Competitive Racing. If you guys are interested in racing with us, or if you want to join our Discord as a super fan, make sure to check out the links in the description of the video. You will also find a link there to our TCR merch. We've got some really cool merch that you can buy, and you can customize a jersey with your own number and your own racer tag or gamer tag, whatever you want to do. There's a lot of different options and colors available, so make sure you check that out. And also our affiliate sponsor Fanatec, the link to their products are in our description as well, and if you use our link, that helps out the league by you doing so, and we really appreciate that. We are now... Oh, Captain Blade has retired, I think, into the pits.
Yeah, he is retired into the pits. But as you were talking about all the league affiliations and stuff, Professional did go wide at Cop, so he's at least have 2 warnings, I believe. I will check race script here. It doesn't break.
Yeah, very easy to get warnings and penalties in Silverstone. Very tight corners.
So he only got the 1 from lap 5? 4.
All right, so
only has 1 warning.
If he can,
also has a warning.
Yeah, if they can keep it clean for another 15 laps, they should be okay. But We're not really sure what everybody else is doing like, but at the back I do think we do have some people with penalties. Let's take a look here. Toaster with a 10-second, Main Wayne with 3 seconds, McChicken, Stanley, and Bats Plus all with 3-second penalties.
Yeah, just unfortunate for those guys. Track limits is a big thing around this track, especially because the fast corners, you want to hit it as perfectly as possible, and you just kind of cut it or you go wide, so.
Well, I am enjoying all of this battling at the front. I mean, these guys are super close to each other. Just Jose catching up on B-Tom now quite rapidly. He was 1.5 seconds behind about a lap and a half ago. He's now within a second of a B-Tom, and he's going to dive into the pits. He's going to try and undercut everybody. He is coming into the pits now.
Yeah, the undercut's not a bad idea, but in the gold race last night, overcut worked pretty well as well because you have the warmer tires, so you have a lot more grip, especially around this track on older tires than you do on newer tires. I believe B-Tom will be coming in too. I can start to see the tire tread start to poke out a little bit on B-Tom's front right.
In the meantime, that moves Ecos Verstappen into second place. And he is dropping time to B-Tom in comparison to Just Jose. So Just Jose definitely has a lot of pace here tonight as he comes back onto the track. He's going to be down in P10. But he has made a stop, so he doesn't have to...
He spun!
Oh, no.
The cold tires.
Looks like he didn't get any damage, and he only lost 1 position. He might still be able to recover, but that is definitely going to hurt his race just a tiny little bit there.
Yeah, very unfortunate. It's those cold, hard tires. You gotta fire them up quick. You just can't fire them up in a corner.
Next one
stays out.
Yeah, and that's because his teammate has decided to pit here. So TJ is coming in. So the first Red Bull, or the one Red Bull is coming in. The other Red Bull is going to stay out. So they don't have to double stack, I guess. Pretty good decision there. But let's see if that's going to work out for B-Tom in the end.
Yeah, he seems to have a lot of pace still on those 12-lap-old mediums compared to Verstappen on 12-lap-old hards, which I thought we would be seeing the hards start to kind of take over at this point in the race, but they really haven't.
I do see the gap kind of going up and down depending on which part of the track they're at, so maybe that is kind of starting to come into play now, but Verstappen is catching up. He's almost down to a second now.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get DRS to kind of close that gap any further down the hanger straight. I think B-Tom just hit snag at the seconds and then fail very well.
Alright, Verstappen is now down to 0.8 of a second. Does not get DRS on this lap. Is this then the chance for B-Tom to pit? Because otherwise he's going to be a sitting target for the next lap around. B-Tom into the pits now, making sure he doesn't speed into there. And that's going to be the leader of the race coming in now. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1 there briefly. Not exactly sure what happened there. And that means Verstappen is going to take over the lead of the race on his hard tires. And now the top 3 are all hard tires. Top 4 with B-Tom.
As well.
So where is B-Tom going to come out? He's going to lose, I think, a couple of positions here.
Should come out P5? Or probably P6, because here comes another car around. Yeah, P6.
Alright, P6 on brand new hard tires. They are going to be cold though, so he's going to have to take it nice and easy and try to get some temperature into them on this outlap. In the meantime, Verstappen is fighting off Sea Freeze. He's holding him back by about 0.6 of a second. as they're making their way through Cops on lap 14. And Seafreeze is probably going to be able to take these tires for another 3-4 laps, maybe even more. They might be able to take them all the way to lap 20 or so, and then possibly put on some soft tires. If it stays green flag, I think that could possibly be a possibility.
Yeah, soft tires would be very interesting if some drivers do try to do a two-stop, because if they do soft tires correctly on a two-stop and a safety car just randomly comes out at like lap 22 and they've already pitted for softs, that's gonna put all the guys that are running hard to earn the medium tires in a very awkward situation at the end of the race.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of different possibilities that this race could take here today, so we'll keep an eye out for that. For now, we have 11 laps to go. Verstappen leading the race, Seafreeze in second, and Professional in third, and they are all separated by only about a second or so between all three cars. So that is how tight it has been pretty much throughout this whole race. Just Jose gets a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately. That again is going to hinder down his progress in this race. He was catching up to B-Tom and in P2 before he made his pit stop, and then unfortunately had a spin on cold tires as he came back onto the track. We'll see how much he'll be able to recover in this race here tonight. And now the question is, how long can these hard tire runners that started on this hard tire, how long can they take them into the race? Or there we go, there's our answer. Verstappen and Seafreeze both coming in to the pits right now.
Yep, I think it was definitely about time for these two to come in, and then Professional is probably going to be pushing here. Last lap on the hard tire, he's going to be probably using a little bit of battery down the straight, so he might get an overcut here as well, as the game just puts Seafreeze ahead of Verstappen in the pit lane.
Yeah, it's been doing that pretty much to everybody. Everyone has suffered that throughout the last couple of races. I'm not sure why it keeps on doing that, but hopefully Codemasters will pick up on it by the time the next game comes out.
Dude, what do you mean? It won't even be out. It won't even be fixed by the next game.
Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. But Seafreeze didn't really lose too many positions there. Comes out in P4 on a brand new set of medium tires, weaving around a little bit to try and get some temperature into them. 1.1 seconds behind B-Tom on his hard tires. And then we've got Toaster in P2 on the hards that he started on, and 007 Professional running that same strategy, still running on a hard tire. They'll probably be pitting soon, or as I mentioned, maybe they will decide to go for my joker of a strategy, taking the hards until about lap 20 and then fitting some medium or some softs until the end. That would be a little bit of a joker, but that's not going to be the case. 007 Professional coming into the pits now on lap 17.
Yeah, I don't think it would be the right call if Professional or Toaster tried to take the hards as fast. Oh, Toaster 5 seconds. Yeah, I wouldn't think it probably wouldn't be a bad idea, because you'd be losing a lot more time than you would think, because the hard tires just keep getting more worn and worn. So Professional is going to come out about P4, looks like.
That's exactly right. Right behind his own teammate, running the same strategy, but a lap between them. And B-Tom retakes the net lead of the race. He's only 0.8 of a second in front of Seafreeze, and they do have that tire strategy difference. So let's see who's going to take it. And what would be your prediction here, D'Angelo?
Prediction of winning the race at this stage?
Yep.
I think it's going to be between the three medium runners. I think the medium tires are just so good on like waning fuel loads. The car is a lot lighter. So I think Freeze will take the win. I think B-Tom will stay second, and I think Verstappen will stay P3.
Freeze is not waiting around. He's catching up on B-Tom. He's got the DRS already, and he's really pushing it right now. This is going to be a great battle here at the end. I'm not sure how soon the move is going to come, because Seafreeze might want to kind of save these tires, save a little bit of his DRS. He's only got 40%. He's probably going to need it. Himself and Verstappen are going to be the two really, I think, battling it off here today.
Yeah, but if those two start battling, B-Tom's just going to get further and further ahead. So B-Tom's kind of hoping for these two to start battling.
We have another comments coming in from SPMQC418. Says, hi guys, good luck to all the drivers. Some drivers will go with hard to soft. We have kind of got our answer here. Probably not. I don't think anybody else. Oh, there we go. McChicken is going onto the soft tire now, and Stanley has pitted 2 laps ago onto the softs as well. I don't think the softs will make it until the end of the race, or if they do, they're not going to be very effective in the last couple of laps or so.
Yeah, it's too early. I believe they can only go about 8 laps before getting a puncture, so they're going to be probably about 70% wear by the time the race is over, or getting over.
Oh, is this going to be the battle for the lead in front here? It's B-Tom and Seafreeze. Seafreeze going from the outside through Stowe and into Vale. Oh, there's going to be a little bit of touching. There's going to be some contact, a little bit of wheel banging, and still side by side. And now Verstappen is coming in on it. Seafreeze goes a little bit wide through Club, and now they're going to be going into Abbey, all side by side, 3 wide. Very exciting stuff here on lap 19. B-Tom is not giving it up. Verstappen is looking for an alleyway to try and jump both of them. Seafreeze wants this win.
Here comes Professional now, too. Professional's going to get DRS on Verstappen, his teammate. This is going to be a 4-horse race heading into... God damn it, what corner is this?
It's Brooklands.
Yeah, heading into Brooklands. Oh, Seafreeze going around the outside.
And Seafreeze jumps up into the lead of the race there with a beautiful move that he executes out of Brooklands and through Luffield. But he's going to have to defend off a B-Tom now behind him, as well as Verstappen. Verstappen also has those yellow stripe medium tires, so he is still not a write-off for sure.
Yeah, all 4 of these guys very close, and also don't count out TJ. I mean, he's about 3 seconds behind, but if these guys make contact up at the front, he's going to be in prime position.
Oh my God! Look how tight and close all of these top 3 are right now. Verstappen trying to look left, right, filling up those mirrors of B-Tom, trying to get away around him, and not going to work for now. He stays in P3. Seafreeze in the lead of the race. B-Tom in second. Verstappen in third. Professional in fourth. TJ in fifth. Just Jose currently in sixth place. P7 is Chargers. P8 is Budweiser. P9 is Toaster. And holding on to the last point in tonight's race is Dreamzy in P10.
Yeah, Freeze is going to be under pressure. Not now because B-Tom's not using battery, but Seafreeze has only 18% of battery compared to B-Tom's 55 to 60%. So if B-Tom can just get some good exits, he's gonna be challenging Seafreeze down the hanger straight. But now here comes Verstappen behind B-Tom as well.
Incredible racing here tonight from our Platinum class drivers. Tom Barsick in the comments saying, I'm clenching my bum. Absolutely. I think all of these drivers are all clenching very, very hard right now. They probably don't need any seat belts. They're clenching so hard onto their seats.
I think Verstappen's going to make a move on B-Tom here. He's going to go outside. He's going to go outside. B-Tom closes the door.
Here's a view from the front wing of Verstappen as he's thinking about a move, but not quite close enough. He's close enough to the rear wing, but doesn't have a way to get alongside just yet. 007 Professional there right behind him. The two Mercedes, the two Silver Arrows hunting down the Red Bull of B-Tom and the Ferrari of Seafreeze. And this is quite amazing to watch right now. If you guys are watching this, you better keep watching. Don't switch it off because this could go in any direction, as Verstappen here might have a way on B-Tom. Even though B-Tom has DRS, they're going to be side by side through Brooklands coming into Luffield. It looks like Verstappen is going to get the position, or just about. Possibly B-Tom trying to fight it off. 007 Professional trying to get through as well, and not going to be quite yet, but it is Verstappen up into P2. One of the Mercedes has gotten ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely the medium tire. The medium tire just has so much more grip at this point in the race with such low fuel load on the car now. So B-Tom the last 2 laps or so will have better tires because the mediums will start to fall off, but I just don't know if it'll matter. He's going to go down the inside of Verstappen. B-Tom gets the place back.
Yeah, I think Verstappen kind of let him have that place. He didn't want to fight it too much. He knows there's still 5 more laps to go, and he could probably get that place back. He's already down to 20% ERS as well, so he doesn't have much battery to play around with at this stage of the race. 4 laps to go. Absolutely incredible stuff happening here. Action all around, especially at the front of the field, where these guys have pretty much been tied up since the start, and they haven't let each other blink for a single second. They have been on each other's tails, and it's great to watch.
Yeah, this is great racing here tonight. It's any 4 of these drivers, maybe even TJ if some contact happens, but he's going to have some luck coming from 5th. Yeah, these top 4, it's anyone's race still as we are on lap 22.
Let us know if you guys have any more predictions at this stage of the race. I think it could really go anywhere between these 4 at the top here. Or maybe they get tied up together and TJ comes out of nowhere to take the win. Who knows? But I am interested in hearing from you guys in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Twitch, send in some more comments and let us know. And yeah, we're coming down to the wire here as Verstappen goes a little bit wide through Stowe, and he might possibly get another warning for that. Not sure if he had any from before, but this is the crucial moment. You cannot get a penalty right now.
No, you can't get a penalty right now. You're very close to getting a win or even a higher position. You don't want any outside factors to ruin your race at this stage.
The Mercedes drivers have been really on a push here in the last couple of weeks, and Verstappen trying to find a way around B-Tom, but not quite making it work right now. They've risen up a position since last week up in the Constructors' Championship, up into the lead over Red Bull, and they would love to get some more points over Red Bull here tonight. Right now it's looking pretty good for the two Mercedes drivers, but can they possibly get a double podium here tonight? That would be pretty exciting. B-Tom holding on to P2. He knows how to defend, and he's doing it very well right now. He's putting on a show, and while he's doing that, surprisingly, he's not losing time on Seafreeze. He's holding on to his DRS, he's holding on to his battery percentages, and he's doing everything he can on those older, harder tires.
Yeah, even though the harder tires are older, they have such more life than the medium, so the medium runners will start feeling the effects probably this lap maybe. Because remember, they only last about 11 or 12 laps anyway, so you're going to start feeling the effects. As Seafreeze definitely, I feel like, starting to feel the effects. He's only 3/10 ahead of B-Tom now.
Oh wow, so this could get even tighter than I thought. Seafreeze might not even hold on to this win here. He's gonna have to fight it. He's gonna have to do whatever he can. Stanley retires into the pits. Should not cause any safety cars or anything else like that. He's done it pretty cleanly. He's off the track. I think we're gonna be able to finish this race with green flags on the track, and that would be amazing because at this point in time, I don't know who's going to win, who's going to be on the podium, but it's going to be probably one of these four guys, Seafreeze, Beatom, Verstappen, or 007 Professional, because they are doing an incredible job right now. An absolute showcase of how to drive in the Platinum class.
Yeah, all four of these guys doing their best to kind of catch up. Freeze is gonna be very, very slow on the penultimate and final lap. He's got 20% battery, Beatom with 40, Verstappen with about 30, and then Professional is a little bit over 30. So Freeze is going to be struggling for straight line pace coming onto these final 2 laps.
Lap 25 of 26, and it's still incredibly close at the top of the standings, of the positions here tonight. It is round 5, and after 4 rounds, we have had 4 different winners. So are we gonna have another different winner here tonight, or is Seafreeze possibly gonna hold on to it? Actually, if Seafreeze holds on to it, we will have 5 different winners in 5 rounds.
Yeah, that just shows the crazy stuff of Platinum class. You can either have domination of one or 2 drivers, or you can just have the chaos that's in the Silver and Platinum winners in 4 or 5 different races.
Verstappen through Copse was again a little bit wider than I think this game would like you to be. Might have gotten himself a warning for that. Not 100% sure. We have a yellow flag briefly in Sector 1. Nothing to worry about as we go back. And look at these 2 Mercedes drivers. They are fighting between themselves, but they're also fighting it off with Beatom. Verstappen is under 0.2 of a second behind. Doing an incredible job here. He is still on those medium tires, and they should be fading off by now, but they're still doing okay. And we're on the last lap now. Can Seafreeze hold on to this win?
All about Seafreeze keeping it steady, not hitting the gas too hard early, or not hitting it too late. He's got to be very perfect on this last lap, because if Verstappen gets around Beatom down this straightaway, he's going to be very, very fast. But Beatom not really using any battery and still gaining on Seafreeze. Beatom's going to have a really good shot going down the hangar straight, I feel like. Have to use some battery out of this corner here to get some traction.
Ooh, we're all on the edge of our seats here on the last lap. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be the Ferrari, the Red Bull, or a Mercedes on that top step here tonight as we're made our way through Copse, but now into Maggots and Beckett. We're gonna jump on board with Beatom. We're gonna see what kind of exit he's gonna get here out of Beckett. Not a very good one. He's lost a bit of time on Seafreeze. Verstappen.
Seafreeze has no battery.
Oh,
Seafreeze out of battery. He's gonna go.
Oh my god, they're going to be side by side through Stowe. Seafreeze is fighting it off with everything he can. He's blocking him, is moving across the track. There are going to be absolutely nothing between them. Verstappen is going to jump down the middle. Verstappen is going to jump down the middle. He's going to jump down the inside. He's going to spin it across the line.
Oh my god.
Verstappen wins by spinning it across the finish line. In P2, sorry, he doesn't win it, but he gets P2. Seafreeze wins it. What was that?
Wow.
That was incredible. I think Verstappen just put down his power a little bit too early out of that last corner, but hands down to it. I mean, he got that P2 position on Beatom. Beatom, I'm wondering if he might submit that for review, because Seafreeze there on the exit of Stowe questionable move to the left-hand side of the track, I would say, but maybe we'll hear about that in the interviews here. But congratulations to Seafreeze getting his first win of season 14 in the Platinum class, and we do now have 5 different winners in the first 5 races of this season.
Yeah, what a crazy end there. The spin is what killed me right there. So very, very entertaining. As Bats Plus will be the last to cross the line in P13.
Yeah, I think this was entertaining pretty much from the drop of the lights to the drop of the flag. We had great racing, especially at the top of the standings there. We pretty much spent the whole race watching those top 5 or 6 drivers because they were tied up together and making some moves and having some amazing battles. But McChicken gets the driver of the day. It looks like Just Jose got fastest lap, but it's Seafreeze in that special yellow livery Ferrari, getting himself the top step of the podium for the first time in Season 14 and lifting up the winner's trophy here in Britain. Congratulations to him. Congratulations also to B-Tom and to Ecos Verstappen for P2 for Verstappen and P3 for B-Tom. They were separated by 28 one-thousandths of a second, which is, you know, as close as you could probably cut it there.
Yeah, Seafreeze is going to be your 5th different winner. Very fun race to watch and commentate over. Very hectic, especially towards the end. So, very fun.
So your top 3 are those guys, and then we have P4, 007 Professional. Great performance for Mercedes here. P2 and P4 in the race. Good amount of points. TJ in 5th. Just Jose in 6th, and the fastest lap to his name. Chargers in P7. Budweiser in P8. Dreamsy in P9. Toaster hold on to that last point in tonight's race. Main Wayne in 11th. McChicken in 12th. Bats Plus in 13th. Apparatus in 14th, and then we had Stanley, Captain Blade, F&D Cakes, and Cam retiring from the race before it was over. But what a race that was. This is definitely going to help out Mercedes in their chase of the Constructors' Championship. They've been rising through the standings in the last couple of weeks, and they're going to get another heap of points here tonight. But yeah, the different winners, you know, that makes it very exciting. Or actually, I was a little bit wrong there. B-Tom has won twice, Brazil and Australia.
So
four different winners in 5 races, which is still very exciting, I think, for a Platinum class championship that is this close. We haven't really had too many seasons recently where it was this close, especially at the start of the season. We had B-Tom dominating a couple of seasons ago. We had Assassin dominating a couple of or was that 3 or 2 seasons ago, somewhere around there. We've usually had kind of seasons where it wasn't super close between the drivers, but tonight and in this season, very exciting so far. All right, so we're gonna go to the showroom here, and we're gonna invite our drivers into the group. I think D'Angelo is already doing that right now.
I was able to add B-Tom, but I was not able to add Verstappen, probably for privacy reasons.
Let me see if I can possibly look him up here, and we will try to hear from him as well. If you guys have any questions for the Podium Finishers, make sure you send them into the chat here, and we'll be able to ask them to our drivers. If you have any questions for us or about the league or anything else like that, let us know as well. And we can also, you could also check out the links in the description of our video to find out more information about the league and how to race with us. But now we have all 3 of our Podium Finishers in the interviews with us here. So let's start with P3, which goes to B-Tom, and very closely goes to B-Tom. I mean, Verstappen spun it right on the last corner over the line, only got it by 28 one-thousandths of a second. But another podium for yourself. That is a 5 out of 5 podiums, I'm pretty sure. You've been on the podium every single week. You're leading the championship, but it is going to be close between yourself and Seafreeze and 007 Professional. How has it been so far? As I mentioned right before you guys got on to the interviews, it's been a very tight and close season between a lot of the drivers in Silver Class this season. So let me know how it's been here tonight and how it's been so far.
Um, it's been okay. I think I don't know. It's been pretty tough. I mean, the competition's definitely gotten more intense this season, and I think overall I've been doing pretty well. Um, Almost had podiums in every race. I was one lap away from continuing that streak in Baku, but then Seafreeze punted me in the castle section, so that was nice. But um, yeah, I didn't report it because it wasn't going to benefit me. He still would have finished ahead of me if he got a penalty, and it would have promoted, I think, professional up. So I think he's probably going to be my main championship rival. It is a bit early, but I think his consistency um, is probably the best of every other driver so far. But about this race, I mean, I felt okay. I knew like the second the race started and I saw everyone on hards, I was like, okay, yeah, I might be a bit screwed here. Just because hard medium normally is the fastest strategy, but I haven't really practiced enough to know the ins and outs of everything. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I just tried to do the best I could with the situation I was in. And in the end, got P3. It was P2 up until the last second, but um, yeah, I tried to take the lead on the last lap. Didn't quite work out, but yeah, so far I'm happy with the season, and I think some of my better tracks are coming up, so I'm looking forward to those.
Let me ask you a quick question about your strategy. Were you kind of coming into Britain counting on possibly being a safety car at some stage?
Uh, well, kind of. I think you could never really rule out the safety car, just given how close the field is and the likelihood of incidents when the field's so close. Um, I think we've had a safety car in what 3 out of 5 races now. So what was the first race? Brazil, Japan, safety car, safety car. Didn't have one in Australia, but we had a VSC. Baku, we had a million safety cars, and today we didn't have any. So more often than not, there's going to be a safety car. So it's better to
Mm-hmm.
go for medium hard in that situation. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll
All right.
learn from it and try and improve going forward.
D'Angelo, any questions for B-Tom?
Is he
D'Angelo, you
muted?
here?
Yeah, my mic was muted. Sorry. I want to. What was your reaction when you saw Verstappen spin in front of you right at the line?
Uh, Honestly, I had a bit of a Code Brown moment. I thought we were gonna like tangle or something like that, and then Professional just like get past both of us. Because I mean, I don't. The speed difference was pretty insane, and it happened so quickly. Um, but yeah, once I saw he beat me by like I think it was like 26,000, I was like, wow, that's just lovely, huh? But it is what it is. I picked the wrong strategy today, and I paid the price.
All right. Well, congratulations still on a P3 finish here tonight. Good luck next week and for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, let's move over to the Mercedes of Ecos Verstappen, getting yourself another podium, although you did have a win last week. So a little bit of a worse result, but still a great performance, especially right at the end there of the race on those medium tires. It took you a while, but you were really pushing on B-Tom, and then that last corner spin definitely was exciting to watch. Pretty entertaining for us here in the booth. But you managed to hold on to that P2 by 28 one-thousandths of a second. Super close margins, and it's pretty much been a close race all throughout. But let us know about it from your perspective. How was it?
Honestly, it was a nice race. Always tight and always pressured throughout. So yeah, it's just always close, super close. Everybody was really consistent, really clean. I think we all had close battling at the front, and no issues. So that was nice to have. But it was a little bit frustrating, I can't lie. Not the part that it's close. It's just the part where it's like you're stuck in a bit of a train. So if you have more pace than the guy ahead, you can't really do anything because it's down to track position and how draggy your car might be set up.
Yeah, and I mean, that last corner spin, did you just kind of get on the gas a little bit too early, or were you just kind of eager to get across? Did you kind of know that even if you spun, you'd get across the line?
I knew like where the line was, so it's like, you know what, I pinned it, but it's the really sharp and acute line. So that's what initiates the spin. The line was really it was a tight line, so I was bound to spin. But I just didn't. I just chose to not lift and spun it across the line. So I knew I thought it would have looked nice on stream. So hey, you're welcome, guys.
Absolutely, yeah, it was great to watch there, but doing pretty good overall in the championship as well, and definitely yourself and your teammate Double Seven Professional got yourself some extra points tonight for the Constructors Championship. Where do you think, after 5 rounds right now and where points stand, where do you think your focus is going to be? Do you feel like you have a chance to go for the Drivers' Championship still, or do you want to push for the Constructors and help out the team?
We're pushing everywhere. Don't care if it's drivers, don't care if it's constructors. We're pushing for every single point, every single result that we can get our hands on. But realistically, I am going to end up missing 1 round because I'll be halfway across the country in October. So, really, I don't know where I'll sit. But like I said, me and a professional and I were both pushing as hard as we can. So, yeah, we know it's a game of consistency, not just getting that extra inch on track, but it's going to be just to at least finish and get maximized results. So we're pushing in every area, both constructors and drivers. So
All right, D'Angelo, any questions?
Yeah, for Verstappen, good drive. I just want to ask, do you think if you were able to pass B-Tom earlier, would you have been able to catch up to Seafreeze and maybe pass him maybe in the last lap or so?
I'll be dead honest. I wasn't concerned about Taz the entire race. It was more so Seafreeze because his car it wasn't quick in the corners, and you can tell it was quick on the straights, and it had high deck. So what I mean by that is, well, I was gonna be quicker towards the end of the stints, no matter what, compared to Seafreeze. But his car just had track position, and it was less draggy, like I just said. So, and then slam dunk, I was passed by him in the pits, and I was ahead of him before the pit stops. So once we pitted, he ended up jumping me, and not that it sealed the deal, but it definitely added more irritation towards the race because I knew I was quicker than Seafreeze in terms of raw pace. But like I said, it just came down to drag and track position. So once it came down to the final laps, I was like, I can't do anything. I'm just stuck in the train, and yeah, just like I said, down to the DRS and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, I had more pace. Well, not pretty sure, but I knew I had more pace compared to Seafreeze. I had comparable straight line speed, and comparable straight line speed, and it was quicker in the corners. So.
Well, still well done here today. Great job. Congratulations on P2. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it's all down to the top step of the podium with that red and yellow Ferrari of Seafreeze finally getting himself a win in season 14. Congratulations, Seafreeze. It's been a while since we heard from you. It's nice to see you on that top step. Great drive here today. You had to really push for it there. and you managed to get it. There was a couple of moments between yourself and B-Tom and 007 Professional where you guys were all kind of in a fight together. Tell us a little bit about that, and yeah, tell us about your race.
Yeah, well, firstly, thank you. I think we did this way long time ago. It's been a little while. Yeah, no, it was a tough race. Yeah, I mean, I think it was all kind of fair for the most part. Just within the limits, he gave enough room, and all throughout, it was just nice to get a full race and without interruptions, which I think we've had, a lot of. But yeah, I mean, while I'm in cockpit, it's a little harder to judge some space. So I think, maybe some who are in TV pod maybe could keep note of that. Not that it matters, but in the end, but that could come down to it. But I mean, today was all fun, and in the battling, I knew it was going to go green all the way, because it's going to be really hard to get a safety car here. The walls are so far off the track, and as long as people retire in the pits, then it should be good there. But I knew it was going to go green all the way. I was just lucky enough to grab the pole and get that track position. And I was thinking, I was thinking in quali about a strategy difference to start on the hard tire, and usually when I have those second thoughts, it's not usually a good one, but I'm like, you know what? I'm validating it, everything's checking the boxes, and yeah, I decided to go with it, and then I saw the two Mercedes do it as well, and then when I saw Taz do the opposite, I'm like, okay, let's just see how it rolls, and thankfully it was green all throughout, and that pit sequence, I wasn't sure when to pit, but I picked a lap, saw Silent or Verstappen go in as well, and I was able to jump him in the pit lane, which I lost a race to a Mercedes earlier on in the season, so I gained one here from another Mercedes, so I guess it all evens out.
Yeah, I think pretty good drive overall. Finally getting yourself a win. You're doing pretty good, all things considered, in the points in the Drivers' Championship, but Ferrari a little bit behind on the Constructors, getting a few more points, obviously, here today with your win, and I'm pretty sure your teammate got a points finish as well. But is there anything you guys can think of that might help you out in the rest of the season to kind of boost yourself up in that constructors table as well?
Go quicker.
Okay, short and sweet, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we actually haven't had a whole bunch of time to practice together. It just hasn't been lining up. But hopefully, we can get a few races together.
All right, D'Angelo, your questions for our winner.
Yeah, what do you got for me, D'Angelo?
I just want to know how you feel. First win of season 14. Obviously, I don't remember when your last win was, but what are you feeling at the moment?
Well, I know, it's kind of embarrassing, but not as embarrassing as professional. So I'm, well, oh, I thought he was here. I thought he was on the podium. I guess not. I guess it was the other Mercedes.
Yeah, psych, you thought.
You know what? Because your name's not actually Verstappen in the game for me. Your name is Zesty something.
Zesty Stump 496. Yeah, that's my.
your
I think
EA.
it's your EA name.
Yeah, so it kind of confuses me.
Mr. PC Tax.
Yeah, is that what I'm under?
No, you're TCR C-Freeze.
Oh, okay. What was the question?
What are your emotions? How are you
Oh,
feeling
yeah. Oh,
after
yeah.
your
So
first win in a while?
Yeah. So I know. So I broke a 651-day drought. I guess you can call it. So I don't know. Today, before this, I was thinking today. I had such a great day today. It was an awesome day. And then I realized we're racing tonight, and I'm like, man, I don't want to just have a bad, shitty result and then end on a really negative, and then go into tomorrow with a negative. So I don't know. I felt really good. This is my I've always been good at Britain. I think this is my like 6th win in Britain altogether. We've raced it every season. It's just, usually a really good one for me. And yeah, I'll go celebrate. I'm gonna get some new Yeezys and call it a night.
All right, congratulations again on your win. Good luck next week and for the rest of the season.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we're gonna round it off at that. We heard from our podium finishers. Great race from the whole Platinum class here tonight. Very exciting from start to finish. Great action all around. Clean racing, no major incidents, and yeah, some exciting stuff there right at the end of the race as well. If you guys missed it, rewind, check it out, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We're still only 2 subscribers away from 500. Come on, I'm sure there's a couple of guys out there who are not subscribed yet. Just click that button and let us get to 500 subscribers. D'Angelo, huge thank you so much for joining me here tonight in the booth.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I expect my overtime paycheck, Seafreeze.
We don't do time and a half.
Damn it!
Meaning we don't do time, and we also don't do half.
Yeah, you get none of it. All right, but yeah, thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you in the booth very soon.
Yeah, I'd be down to do another platinum race at some point.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got the podcast, and we got Tuesday commentary with D'Angelo and myself, so it's going to be good.
There you go. Make sure you guys check all of that out as well. All of our previous podcast episodes and a new one coming on Monday, it sounds like. Other than that, make sure you check out the links in the description of the video. We've got our website there, our merchandise shop. We've got our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. We've got all the information you need about the league if you want to join our Discord or if you want to join one of the classes to race with us. Next week, we are in Barcelona, and we are going to be racing there on Tuesday with the silver class, Wednesday with gold, and then platinum class will be back on Thursday as always. It's going to be at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow us on our social medias to stay on top of all the different updates across the league. Other than that, from Blin Machine, from D'Angelo, from all of the Platinum class drivers here tonight, and from all of TCR, thank you guys so much for watching all of our races this week. Make sure to tune in next week, and we will see you guys very soon. Have a great night.